This is Star Television Network, Channel 21. I am Daniel Vandi with the National News Bulletin. First, the headlines. The presidential candidate of the All People's Congress Party, Dr. Samura Kamara, has called on Sierra Leoneans to be nationalistic and patriotic for the good of all. The Environment Protection Agency responds to call for assistance by residents of the Kube community to enable them properly rid their community of garbage. Gold Sierra Leone, in collaboration with Irish Aid and World Hope International, has launched the Child Labour, Human Trafficking and Indecent project with various stakeholders at the Heath Valley Hotel in Freetown. And in sport, golf can be developed in Sierra Leone if the Ministry of Sport and the National Olympic Committee provide the necessary facilities for the sport to extend across the country, according to starter of Freetown Golf Club, Sheku Bangura. Those were the headlines. And now the news in detail. The presidential candidate of the All People's Congress Party, Dr. Samura Kamara, has called on Sierra Leoneans to be nationalistic and patriotic for the good of all. He made this statement during the party's final campaign rally in Freetown. Wahida Sise reports.
Patriotism and nationalism is one key factors for the socio-economic development of any nation. And in that note, the presidential candidate of the All People's Congress Party, Dr. Samura Kamara, has encouraged Sierra Leoneans to uphold Sierra Leone as their own responsibility, and they must remain to be disciplined, patriotic and nationalistic, so as to continue the good experience of the country's long-won peace and its socio-economic empowerment. He made the statement at the party's rally on the 28th February 2018 at the Sheikh Stevens Stadium in Freetown. Dr. Samura Kamara also reminded the people of Sierra Leone that for the past 10 years, the country has experienced tremendous development in all sectors of governance under the presidency of Dr. Anesbai Kuruma, and he went on to reinforce his commitment to expand and improve standards on those developmental agendas which is in alignment with President Kuruma's.
Good education, more schools. Better teachers, education, I don't benefit for education. I make a value education. I make a stand up for education. Nobody will fool me. Say not develop, not put more money for education. I go to them. Because any nation will not educated people, they go before. Continue education. Pre-primary school, they expand. Primary school, they expand. Secondary school, they expand. University, they expand. Technical vocational institutions, we expand them. So all manner of opportunity. What was that for me?
Addressing the huge crowd at the Sheikh Stevens Stadium, His Excellency Dr. Anesbai Kuruma referred to his developmental trajectory as unbeatable and unprecedented. And the party, he added, has invested so much on the empowerment of women and the youth, which is historical in the country's political arena.
To empower the youth, the APC will die for the youth. Some of you are there at the age of 10 or even below. And we are all going to grow up. And we are seeing the opportunities when the APC is the youth of this country. We get to empty talk. We are going to say the APC, they don't empower the youth of this country. The APC don't make youth their ministers for this country. They don't make them ambassadors. They don't make them heads of parastatals. For the first time,
Speaking to some party supporters at the Shaker Stevens Stadium, Freetown, this was how they expressed their views given the achievement of the ruling All People's Congress Party in the last 10 years in governance.
Because I so believe in them, I so believe in their ideologies. Because now a ready team, we're ready for deliver salon. We don't see what the APC government don't do. They don't do so much. We don't see in terms of road, infrastructure, and all other things them. We don't see what the APC government don't do. So we they support them and bring them come back. Now power for continue waiting His Excellency the President Dr. Samura don't start for do and what he don't do. Who say the President don't left? This team they can't take over there.
Well, man, like we come for support APC because like how they drive now the city don't proper for we. Any corner we want pass, we come where we go under. The traffic jam will be able to balance and any kind way because they improve and for we. So I make me and support them.
The party's slogan, according to the party stakeholders, Tolombo, means a continuation of the country's developmental agenda, and that Dr. Samura Kamara, which is their candidate, is the right person to continue on that drive. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Waida Sesay.
The Environment Protection Agency, EPA, has responded to a call for assistance by residents of the Kube community to enable them properly rid their community of garbage accumulated in order to reduce environment pollution and possibility of contracting disease. Sarah Kale files in this report.
Addressing those gathered to witness the handing over of the materials, pioneer of the initiative, Councillor Maury Aliconte, stated that as one of the most vulnerable communities and after various consultations between themselves, they arrived at the conclusion that they needed external assistance to aid their community ownership and championing initiative.
I believe say you don't reach time for low self take responsibility. If anything happens to now, exactly it affects. What would they do? So the time that perception in our follow begin change. Then they say we are really responsible. So this come with any money, for say they can't give money for do the cleaning exercise. Would you not feel say this will forget them? Follow we always make sure so we community clean. We really know say it timely, you understand if we say they can. So as I'm chairman of the community, I do not feel say we good partners in development. We can always attend to reply. So based on that, I write for this 18 years since last year. Fortunately today, it don't happen for we get the community.
Public Relations Officer of the Environment Protection Agency, James Samura Kamara, stated that their visit is in continuation of their collaboration with the residents towards environment protection caused by human activities.
One of the problems the owner gets now how for control the dirty when they come into. We not to your fault because who said the see say most of the dirty like how many the chairman meeting have just most of that dirty they will see not owner and this community and dirty where they can meet to now. Thank you, sir. So Madam Jatu himself watch. They say the Kube people them na Sierra Leoneans. They self na part of the community. The Kube people them na just like the one the way they na Regent, Waterloo, McKinney, we all na Sierra Leoneans. Not just a matter of location. So when these places are reach them, the people then say they want to clean the community. They will feel very touched, Mr. Chairman. Because one of the things them we talk about today, even we at the Environment Protection Agency, now how you for clean your environment, how you for take care of your environment. Because when you take care of the environment self will take care of you. Notice so? Yeah. Now we see what people putting them. When it happen to we, when not be known they happen to we. One of them now flooding. And whenever flooding happen at Freetown, obviously one of the community then will be affected. Now, not so.
Local chief of the community, Pa Alimame Kagbo, received the items to be used for the cleaning exercise amidst expressions of thanks and appreciations for efforts by the Environment Protection Agency.
I'm really glad for receiving the property this morning to you, and I will send the message to the mommy who deliver them property to Minaya for the interest of the people of the Kube community. Really so thanks, and the chairman will get the exercise present, we're able to get the interest of the people there. If they see the surveillance of the people of the Kube community, to write this application for them, they will able to help me. Indeed, una really so say, una the peaceful citizens of this country. Una don't so say, una get interest of the people of this country. Some of una then are their offices a day. If you get to attend, I believe say, salon they develop as the kind of so. Why una they get the interest of the people them where they suffer. We not Kube community. Now we don't make that statement this morning. Actually, they know dirty. But they talk so the people are way uptown, and then they send the dirty in Kube community.
The materials given to the community included wheelbarrows, shovels, rakes, and more. Sewa Kale reporting for Star.
Gold Sierra Leone and its international donor partners, Irish Aid and World Hope International, has launched the Child Labor, Human Trafficking and Indecent Project with various stakeholders at the Heath Valley Hotel in Freetown. The project is geared towards achieving reduction of child labor, targeting the urban and rural areas within the period of 3 months. Lamin Mansari has more on this and now reports.
Gold Sierra Leone and its international donor partners, Irish Aid and World Hope International, have launched the Child Labor, Human Trafficking and Indecent Project with various stakeholders on the 1st of March 2018 at the Hill Valley Hotel in Freetown. The project is geared towards achieving reduction of child labor, targeting the urban and rural areas within a period of 3 months. Giving an overview of the project, the country director, Gold Sierra Leone, Anna Frenzel, said they seek to combat the worst by addressing the issue around child labor and trafficking of persons in promoting a decent working environment in Sierra Leone.
Very happy to have the opportunity to provide an overview of the projects that we're beginning. We're seeking to combat the worst forms of child labour, address issues around trafficking in persons in Sierra Leone and in the region, and promote a decent work environment in Sierra Leone. The agenda today will cover a more detailed introduction to our project as a whole, and to our implementing partners who are absolutely critical to the successful implementation of this project.
The Assistant Country Director of Programs Gold Sierra Leone, Christine Z. Jefferson, in her presentation said that 45.9% of children between 5 and 17, according to the International Labour Organization ILO, are engaged in work and 22% are engaged in hazardous work such as mining, prostitution and pornography.
According to ILO, 45.9% of children between 5 and 17 are engaged in work, and 22% are engaged in hazardous work such as mining, prostitution and pornography. This hampers, in particular, children's development, both physical and mentally, where they have to do hazardous work. So it's a very grave issue. ILO also found that 80 to 90% of all people in the labor force are engaged in the informal economy. So there's a need to do something about the informal economy in this country. It's very clear.
She revealed that the International Labour Organization found out that 80 to 90% of all the labor force is engaged in the informal economy. Launching the project, the delegation of the European Union to Sierra Leone, headed by Ambassador Tom Vance, in his remarks, said the EU is fully committed to protecting children from violence, abuse, neglect, and exploitation, ensuring their overall well-being and access to quality basic services.
We start by human trafficking. Its victims are often the most vulnerable in society: the poor, minorities, women and children. The EU overall approach to tackling the trafficking of human beings includes law enforcement, prevention and victim support, and the project we launched today addresses all of these areas. Second area is child labour. The EU is fully committed to the comprehensive protection and promotion of the rights of the child. This includes tackling poverty, protecting children from violence, abuse, neglect and exploitation, and ensuring their overall well-being and access to quality basic services.
He maintained that victims of the worst form of child labor and trafficking will be supported to be reintegrated into their communities and assured of the continued training and engagement with communities across the country. Eric Silas Kawa reporting for Star News in Freetown.
Before we end the news bulletin, let's have some sports updates as we now join Hilton John.
Thanks to you, Daniel Vandy. For some sporting news, we start with the local scene. One of the unpopular sporting disciplines in the country, that is golf. Well, according to the starter in the Freetown Golf Club with Sheku Bankura, the Ministry of Sports and the National Olympic Committee need to give support to the sporting discipline so that the discipline extends to the country. Here is the report by Samura Kamara.
The starter and marshal of the Freetown Golf Club, Sheku Bankura, has explained the reasons behind why it is difficult to expand the participation base of golf, with Freetown being its only home in the country. The starter, who has followed golf for the better part of his life, said the expansion of golf requires a lot, including a huge area of land.
But for administrative golf, it's very expensive. One, especially for get the capacity of land where you need for layouts, because then the planning and preparation. You only need people that way get interest in golf for can try for let go spread out that one country.
The Freetown Golf Course has remained dry and quiet, with few golfers parading the fairway to keep fit during the dries in the inclement sun ever since our golfers lost woefully to Ghana for the third time in 3 years in the Salon Golf Open. The Freetown Golf Club is the home and the only home of golf. This reality has made it really hard for golf to expand to the countryside. As a result, only the well-to-do take part in it. For that reason, some have even described the game to be one for the elites. Early 2016, the management of the Freetown Golf Club commenced golf clinic for schools with the aim of taking the game to young players who are deliberately shying away from it on claim that it is one for the elite and its kits are expensive to buy. The management forcefully co-opted the Save Our Souls and Grammar School into the program for a start, but a full year has elapsed since announcement was made to reach other schools. For Star TV Sport, Ali Kamara reporting.
Well, we hope that the executive members within the Freetown Golf Club will take the game to the schools and also within the provinces. In the view of many, golf is meant for elites. In the international scene, it's a little bit difficult for Nima, for PSG side. According to reports, he will be out for over 3 weeks. There is a possibility that he will miss the return leg against Real Madrid in the Champions League. So if you are a fan of PSG, there is this little difficulty for Nima that he will be missing the match against Real Madrid in the Champions League. That's all for sports. Back to Ivandi in the studio.
That's all in our news bulletin file. I am Daniel Vandy. Thanks for watching.